and welcome to Vlogmas Day 2, and I'm starting without showing you me on the screen because we've got a flake or 6 of snow. Now in the UK, oh, just as I stop here, I'm just going past our village Christmas tree. I won't be able to put a little note in it, but it's all decked out with lights. I can see them on there. Christmas tree light turn on is tomorrow. Hopefully I can time, Rachel's coming tomorrow. I've gone off at a right tangent here. Rachel's coming tomorrow, and hopefully we can time our run to be coming back past the village green or going out past the village green when they turn the lights on. But look at this. I've got little tyre tracks on the road. It's just a little dusty. I've had a text from a very excited Mrs. Stitched Up this morning to tell me that her husband has passed snow this morning. I just want to say thank you so much for the beautiful comments I've had on my first Vlogmas and my setting the scene. Hello, welcome back. I'm in my sewing space, but I'm looking at my kitchen. And how many of you just think, at times, I just don't want to know about the kitchen? I want you to think, and I want you to know that I'm totally normal. Look at this. I'm going to zoom in. I'm not ashamed of my mess because there's more to life than instantly doing your tidying up. I've got washing, I've got the new sewing box, I've got flowers to go in the recycling, and I've got all the bits from dinner, and then right at the very end there you can see there's all the pans on the hob. And there's just me in the house and 2 dogs. Anyhow, so that's been happening today. I've had a lovely super day at school. The nativity rehearsals are going super well. We're getting up to Oscar level here. Absolutely fantastic. We've got the kids dancing on the stage now. All the little shepherds are having to go tick, tick, and they're having to shout out their names. The word of the nativity is tick. Anyhow, I digress. So I'm home and I've eaten. I'm warming up. Maggie is looking at me because she wants to go outside and bark at the boiler to defend the household. But it's time to do today's Christmas tree. And today's Christmas tree, I thought it would be really good if I did it on the theme of Victorian crazy patchwork. So I'm going to try something a little bit different, and I'm going to go freehand. So my plan is to go freehand, and then I'm going to go and sew on some seed beads. Look at this. This is how I store my things. I've had this for years. I don't think they do McDougall's flavoured chocolate chips anymore. But these little seed bead things. Oh, there we go. Little beads. I thought I would sew some little beads onto some of the Christmas trees, something like baubles. I've got beads in the shape of little pearls. I've got little ellipses. I've got bugle beads. I feel quite professional now. Oh, look at that. That's a bugle bead. I feel quite professional. Let me just put it into focus. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop you on, and then I'm just going to play some music behind because I just want to be able to sort of go freely with the sewing and focus on that. Well, how clever was that? I didn't record the first line of stitching being done. I've actually done a line of fly stitch. Now, Victorian crazy patchwork was normally done with a herringbone stitch. I've decided I'm going to have a go at fly stitch, so I've gone through my choice of stitches and I've managed to find one in the presets. I'm now going to come back down here and do the next one. I think Victorian crazy patchwork was usually done with velvet materials, and you used like a gold for your herringbone stitch to bring the two areas together. So as you'd have seen earlier on, what I've done is I've literally folded down. I'll see if I can come in a bit closer. There we go. The green here, I've literally just folded it over by hand and laid it on and pinned it down. And the lovely thing about crazy patchwork is it literally is just that. It's random and crazy. So now it's time to swap over to the overlock foot. So I'm about to start the beading. I've finally got you set up in a place where you can see, but I just want to say these beads are accumulated. This really is me sewing my stash. I've now just brought through my bead box, which I've had for absolutely years. You have seen this before, it was on a vlog last year. Look at these boys. These beads were bought in boys when they cost 49p. I've had these a very long time. This particular tub that I have here with beads in, I got when I was working for Queen Margaret's, which is the girls' boarding school. I left there nearly 20 years ago. My beading needles here in this tub, this box, I have dread to think how long I've had those, but there's some needles in there that have never been used. So out with a needle and let's get going. Now, beading needles are soft and flimsy. Look, I don't think you're going to be able to see that. Or you can. It's really bendy so that they should be easy. Having shown you the beading needles, I've had an epic fail. I can't thread them. And I feel mightily embarrassed. And it's simply because my eyes are that much older than they were when I tried beading last time. So I'm just hunting for more needles in this house. Let's try one of these needles. One of these needles is bound to work. I used to sew when I was younger on what we called a betweens needle. Now this is a small needle. Whether it goes through the beads is another matter altogether, but time will tell. Well, the eye of that needle is just a little better, so let's see if we can get some beads on. Now I am notorious for not doing knots in threads at the end. I tend to bring them in, give myself a little loop round on the thread here, like so, just a couple underneath, and off we go. And that's how I thread my knot on. So I'm going to go on to music again, hopefully now, and let's get going. What do we think of today's tree? Look at the techniques we've got. Simple, crazy patchwork from the Victorian era. We've got 3 beautiful fabrics. I've put a little bit of beading in. Discovered that my eyes really do need testing. I've fiddled around with stitches on my sewing machine. I've had an hour's fun on a Thursday evening after school. This is what Vlogmas is all about. And I've been creative. And I hope I've inspired some of you to dig out your scraps. Let's go and hang this on the tree. You look really pretty in front of my tree of trees. Can you say woof? She's not going to say anything. They've actually been very good. So you can just see the tree was just above Maggie. There it is. And I'm really pleased with the way these are coming together. So there it is. Today's tree on my tree. And with yesterday's tree. So I'm going to say good night to you now and see you all again tomorrow. Bye.